What in the world? Green water? Yep, this is Buddy in the quarantine tank. It's a 10-gallon. I put him in there yesterday to start giving him some medications for some white patches he has on his head that I discovered 2 days ago. I'm not quite sure what it is. I've Googled all over the place and it's kind of unclear exactly what it is. It doesn't look like ick, which are like salt grains. They're pretty easy to tell, like little tiny salt grains on the body, because it's just kind of grayish white patches on his head, one larger one above his nose, one on his right side, a little one kind of further back, and one just above his, above and behind his left eye, kind of a small one with kind of a pit. They don't look fuzzy or cottony, which is what they tend to look like if it's a fungus. Some people on the forums said, well, it could be something called hole in the head, which is some kind of parasite. Some people said it could be a fungus, but it doesn't have that cottony, kind of fuzzy, super raised look, because I dealt with a long time ago cottonmouth, which is a fungus on my neons, and that definitely did look fuzzy and cottony. These are just kind of slightly raised patches on his top of his head. But anyway, I'm not quite sure what it is, so what I did was Google, and there's an expert that says that you can use certain medications in conjunction with each other. So I have dosed this 10-gallon tank with a little packet of General Cure, which is to deal with parasites, I believe. That's to deal with, it has something in it that attacks that hole in the head disease. I also dosed it with a packet of Fungus Cure in case it is a fungus. And then I dosed it with a packet of erythromycin, which is a bacterial medication in case it's a bacteria. It's really hard to diagnose exactly what something is, even when you kind of Google images and try to see something similar. But anyway, on a YouTube video, this fish expert named Corey, I don't know what his last name is, McElroy. He has a aquarium store up in Edmonds, near Seattle. He's been researching for like a year or more on what they use when they get new fish in, or sick fish, and he uses these three things in conjunction. And the API site also said that these three things, they're all API products, are safe to use in conjunction with each other. So hopefully one of these medications will attack the problem, whatever it is. Buddy doesn't seem to be sick. He's been swimming around and eating just fine, as you can see here. But he just has those patches on the top of his head, which I don't want to get worse or spread or do anything that could harm him. But one of them, I forget which one it was. I think it was the Fungus Cure is the one that turns the water green. The other two don't. They're all three little packets of powders. But anyway, we'll see. And so there's a certain schedule. A couple of them you use 48 hours apart. You do 2 doses. And then another one of them you use 24 hours apart. So you do 2 doses, 24 hours apart, wait a day, and then you do another 2 doses, 24 hours apart. And so this week basically will be a certain schedule of dosing this tank. And we'll see. I hope one of them works, because I really don't want Buddy to get sick or die or anything. But this is his new home. I put all sorts of stuff in it for him. You know, his little hide. I put a coffee cup in there as another hide. Indian almond leaf, moss ball, a couple of anubias plants, together with the sponge filters that I always have in this quarantine tank, and the heater. And aeration, of course. So we'll see. Oh, and his floating beta log. So we'll see if this treatment works. I certainly hope so. I'm kind of worried about him. Okay, I will keep you posted, of course. Bye-bye.